Hey, thanks for chainsawing 30 million trees a year, just to watch them die in your living room. I could see a paratrooper having issues with pine trees, but Jesus must have had a real goddamn grudge against those things. Some smart-ass friend sent me a pic of Santa some Chinese guy emailed him. Ironically, it was misspelled as Say-Tay-A-N. I chuckled. Whatever. But then I saw one of our kids plop her ass on the couch, arms crossed, waiting for her goddamn mountain of presents to be served up, and it hit me. What a horrible, fucking disgusting, and deeply embarrassing spectacle of greed and entitlement this whole Savior's birth thing has become. Years ago, when the little shits were still small, I tried to engineer a Christmas that didn't make me want to vomit. You know, something Jesus might actually show up to. Church, a prayer of thanks that we weren't dead or miserable, and instead of a pile of plastic crap, I planned experiences, trips, adventures, shit that was supposed to make us a closer family. You know how that went? It failed, miserably. All I got was a symphony of whining and what looked like a clinical depression convention in my living room. So, the next year, we went right back to the traditional satanic gift-giving orgy, which we're still fucking doing. Let's be honest, Christmas is now a holiday of goddamn obligation. It doesn't matter how holy roller you pretend to be. If you don't participate in this grotesque, anti-Christian ritual of gift-giving, you're a social pariah. You get slapped with some lazy-ass label like Grinch or Scrooge, two characters no doubt dreamed up and promoted by the same capitalist twats who profit from this whole fucking charade. Over the last century, Christmas has been so thoroughly bastardized it's become a capitalist's wet dream and a Christian's nightmare. The word holiday came from holy day. What a joke. There is absolutely nothing holy about this day anymore. And it's not just Christmas. All holidays have gone batshit insane. They used to be about harvests or, actual religious events. Now they're just mandatory gift fests cooked up by marketing departments. The word holiday itself would probably hang itself in shame if it had a neck. The H should have enough space for rope. So how the hell did we get here? Apparently the Puritans, those famously fun-hating bastards, banned Christmas in the 1600s because it had turned into an excuse for gluttony, debauchery, and general dickishness. It was basically a pagan winter solstice rager, all darkness and evil vibes, and the Protestants weren't having it. The mid-Atlantic states, full of immigrants, kept the party going, though. Their Christmas was an outdoor festival of booze, noise, and trouble. Eventually, the rich got tired of the riffraff and moved their celebrations indoors, taming it all down to quiet family affairs. Things actually chilled out for a bit. Then the mid-1800s happened, and the blasphemy we call Christmas today began to take shape. In 1822, some poet named Clement Clark Moore wrote The Night Before Christmas. He took the story of St. Nicholas, a bishop known for leaving gifts in stockings, and mashed it up with Odin, a pagan god who flew around on a hideously frightening 8-legged horse. Clark Moore slapped some fur on the bro, downgraded the terrifying horse to 8 much more manageable reindeer, and gave his new creation, Santa Claus, a disgusting smoking habit. Fast forward to 1862. An illustrator named Thomas Nast took that poem and drew the fat bastard we all know today. Nast gave him his signature gut, invented the whole naughty and nice surveillance list, and then banished him to a frozen hellhole at the North Pole with a sweatshop full of enslaved midgets. Today, we slaughter over 30 million 8 to 10-year-old trees every year because some asshole told us we had to. In the stores, I saw one certain hobby shop with a lobby putting up its Christmas shit in fucking August. 'Tis the goddamn season of gluttony. Candy companies are force-feeding sugar canes and gingerbread houses to our already obese kids. Toy companies are cranking out a year's worth of plastic garbage, and creepy, fat old dudes are plopping kids on their laps in every mall, filling their heads with lies and false hope. Kids are told to wait for Christmas, putting their greed on hold until December 25th, when some fictional bearded old man is supposed to shimmy down the chimney, who the hell has a chimney, and bring them a pile of shit they absolutely believe they are entitled to. Meanwhile, parents are sneaking around, maxing out credit cards on crap they can't afford, trying to buy a single day of happiness to apologize for being absent the other 364 days of the year. The real kick in the balls? The good kid who gets good grades and respects his elders gets a pair of Dollar General socks, while the little asshole next door, who's a genuine menace, gets 2 of the expensive gadgets everyone wants. The sheer soul-crushing irony of a good kid feeling cheated and neglected is just fucking disturbing. It's their first real lesson that life isn't fair, and Santa is a douchebag. And don't get me started on the fake Christians. Christmas Eve is the one day a year these phonies actually warm a church pew, mostly so their neighbors don't talk shit about them. Then, Christmas morning, it's back to the festival of greed as they rip open presents. What the fuck have we done? How do we let the celebration of Jesus Christ's birth turn into this illness? It's not Christianity anymore. It's capitalism. Capitalism kicked Jesus' ass, stole his birthday, and sold it to the highest bidder. Thanks to Freud and Bernays, marketing agencies have been psychologically manipulating us for decades, making us believe this season of gluttony is normal, and we, the parental sheep, just go along with it. And the new face of guilt? Fucking gift cards. You know, that piece of plastic that says I couldn't be bothered to think about you for 5 seconds. Sure, 70% of them get used, but that leaves billions of dollars of unredeemed cash sitting in corporate pockets. Why? Because you forget them, you lose them, you don't like the fucking store, or you leave a pathetic $1.37 balance on them. And after a year, some states let the companies charge inactivity fees, slowly draining the money you already gave them. That unspent cash could have bought 57 million cups of coffee from Starbucks or 1.4 million steaks from Outback. But no, it's just a donation to the corporate overlords. Jesus called me the other day. What? My landscaper, Jesus Ramirez. He said we need to burn this motherfucker down and start over, so here's my evil plan. Christmas is no longer about presents. If the greedy corporate fucks need a day of gluttony, let's move it to August. Call it Back to School Bonanza. Kids can get useful shit like clothes and pencils at Target. Christmas becomes Christ Mass again, a holy day. Real Christians go to church, celebrate the birth of their guy, and learn about kindness and generosity, instead of watching some stop-motion cartoon about a reindeer with a birth defect. Santa Claus, Saint Nick, Kris Kringle, whatever the fuck you call him, he's fired. He is no longer associated with this holiday in any way. He can go back to being a vague saint and a pagan god. I'm pretty sure the original creators would revoke his mascot status if they saw the narcissistic monster he's become. As a parent, you're basically fucked. You have to play this stupid game or your kid gets socially crucified. Your only hope is to teach them what this holiday is supposed to be about and pray they have the balls to reject the pop culture bullshit when they grow up. I will say, there was one tiny flicker of hope. Our student daughter, who's broke and always feels guilty about presents, actually listened to my rants. She scrounged up a few bucks and got everyone a single tiny cheap gift. The magic wasn't the gift. It was the thought. Each one was personal as hell. Mine was a coffee mug that said "Best Dad" with a handwritten note thanking me for my time and advice. Honestly, it was the single best Christmas gift I have ever fucking received. Faith in humanity restored. For about 5 minutes. I guess with some common sense and moderation, you can find a compromise in this shit show. But it all starts with you pulling your head out of your ass